A man with a terrible memory forgets everything. A woman with a terrible memory remembers everything. This paradox of human nature is as baffling as it is true. A man with a terrible memory strolls through life blissfully unaware of past mistakes, forgotten birthdays, and misplaced car keys. Meanwhile, a woman with the same affliction, poor memory, somehow recalls every slight, every forgotten anniversary, and every word spoken in an argument from 5 years ago. How can two people suffer from the same condition, yet experience it so differently? Men tend to forget everything that isn't tied down by necessity or repetition. Lost wallets, missed appointments, and even the reason they walked into a room? Gone. Yet, ask them about a high school football game from 1996 or how much horsepower a 1967 Mustang has, and suddenly their recall is flawless. Women, on the other hand, may genuinely forget where they left their phone 5 minutes ago, but they'll recall with crystal clarity something their husband said absent-mindedly in 2017. She may forget a grocery list, but never the one time someone failed to thank her for a favor. Proverbs 10:7 reminds us that the memory of the righteous is blessed, but the name of the wicked will rot. While this speaks to the legacy we leave behind, it also hints at how memory can preserve what matters most, sometimes for better or worse. Here are a few examples that might feel all too familiar. A man, after tearing the house apart looking for his car keys, sighs and asks, "Babe, do you know where my keys are?" Without even looking up, she replies, "They're on the kitchen counter, next to the mail." Yet later, she casually reminds him that he never apologized for something 6 months ago. He stares, baffled. What are you talking about? The wife, who forgets where she left her coffee, remembers precisely how many times he's left the dishes in the sink over the past 3 years. A man gets into an argument and assumes it will be forgotten by morning. The next day, his wife, who claims to have a bad memory, recalls not only the argument, but every word, facial expression, and sigh, replaying it in Dolby surround sound. Ecclesiastes 1:11 tells us, "There is no remembrance of former things, nor will there be any remembrance of later things yet to be among those who come after." Yet, in relationships, memory isn't always that fleeting, especially when it's tied to emotions. But this isn't just about memory, it's about perception. A man's memory is often event-based, filtering out what he deems unnecessary, while a woman's memory is emotionally weighted, storing moments that impacted her deeply. Interestingly, Isaiah 43:18 advises, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past." Yet, many of us, especially women, struggle to do so when something has left an emotional imprint. The key is learning to remember what builds and forget what tears down. So the next time someone claims they have a bad memory, ask, is it truly bad, or is it just selectively remarkable? So, what's the takeaway here? If you're a man, take comfort in knowing that your forgetfulness is nothing personal. Your brain just runs on a need-to-know basis. If you're a woman, embrace the fact that your terrible memory is actually an elite archival system that never misplaces emotional data. Either way, whether you forget too much or remember too well, just make sure you're storing the right things. As Philippians 4:8 wisely reminds us, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. In other words, men try to remember the important stuff. Women, maybe don't keep the entire record book. And if all else fails, just write it down. Because, let's be honest, neither of you are going to remember where you put this conversation in a week. Thank you for listening. Leave a comment, tell a story, share, and subscribe for more.